Hi guys, it's Ty and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing another book haul. I honestly did not think that I would be doing a book haul for a while, but I have been going crazy with like my book of the month picks, and then I had to go home recently, and while I was back home I had visited some of my favorite bookstores that I really miss, and of course I couldn't go to those bookstores and not purchase anything. So here we are. So I'm going to start with my book of the month picks, then we'll go over a few books that I've already started or currently in the middle of that I've recently purchased, and then we'll talk about all the other random books that I have purchased within the last 2 or 3 months since the last time I've done a book haul. So we will go ahead and get started. So starting off with my book of the month picks, we are going to be starting with my picks for September. First one being You Again by Kate Goldbeck. I've actually already read and reviewed this one, so I will have that video linked down below. But this is a adult romance. It deals with enemies to lovers. I rated this one a 3 stars. I thought it was fine. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it was going to be, especially with this beautiful fall cover, but it was fine. It is supposed to be inspired by When Harry Met Sally, so if you like that movie, then you might like this book, but it was just fine to me. Then also for the month of September, I got While You Were Out by Meg Kissinger. This is I think it's a memoir. Yes, it is a memoir, and it deals with an intimate family portrait of mental illness in an era of silence. And I was actually really excited to see that this was one of the picks, because I have been really interested in different like mental illnesses and how people who have them, how that affects not just them, but people around them. So I was really excited to see this. I'm not sure how people are feeling about it, but this one really intrigued me. And then I got a thriller called Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. What really made me get this one is the cover, because I think it is beautiful, but this is an adult thriller, and it is inspired by a real life sorority targeted by America's first celebrity serial killer. We all know I love mystery thrillers. I love me a good serial killer story, so hopefully I will enjoy this one. Moving on to my October book of the month picks, I have My Darling Girl by Jennifer McMahon. This is another adult thriller. I think it's also maybe could be like on the horror side as well, but this one, it follows a woman and her estranged mother comes to stay with her, and I guess some things happen. I've actually been hearing mixed reviews for this one so far, so hopefully it's something that I will enjoy. I didn't really enjoy her last release, The Children on the Hill, but I still really enjoyed Winter People, so I'm hoping I will find one of her books to be just as good as that one, so hopefully this one will be it. And then my last October book of the month pick is When I'm Dead by Hannah Morrissey. So this one says, one girl murdered, another one missing, and a medical examiner desperately searching for the truth. So what I have found out about this one, not only is it getting like mixed reviews, but it's like part of a series that I wasn't aware of when I picked this one up. So hopefully it doesn't feel like I should have read the other ones before I got to this one, because I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to read the other books. I'm just going to jump right into this one. So hopefully that'll be fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and go through my November book of the month picks. And this one was actually kind of funny because on social media, a lot of people were disappointed with the picks for November, and a lot of people even skipped this month. But I found quite a few books that I was interested in, 3 total, and then just like a random add-on from a different month. But the first one is The Helsinki Affair by Anna Pitoniak. Hopefully I said that right. But this is, I think, just like a adult thriller. It's supposed to be a espionage spy thriller. It says, it's the case of Amanda's lifetime, but solving it may require her to betray another spy who just so happens to be her father. I don't pick up a lot of spy thrillers, so hopefully I will be entertained by this one. So then I chose The Future by Naomi Alderman. This is also the author that wrote the really popular book, The Power. I have not read that one, but I heard good things about it. But this one did intrigue me. This is a adult science fiction. It says, a handful of friends attempt to save the world from the tech giants whose greed threatens life as we know it. that sounded good to me, so hopefully it actually will be good. So then next I picked up The Last Love Note by Emma Gray. So this is a adult romance. It follows this woman who is dealing with the loss of her husband, and she gets stranded on an beach. She gets stranded, and then she has to deal with her grief, but she also may find a new love. This sounded good, especially when it was talking about her passing notes with this new guy. So hopefully this will be what I think and want it to be. And then I picked up yet another adult romance, and This Spells Love by Kate Robb. So this one says, a young woman tries to heal her heartbreak by casting a spell to erase her ex from her past, but wakes up in an alternate reality in which she's lost more than she's wished for. I realized that I kind of like the time travel thing, and then anytime we're talking about, like, I don't know if this deals with specifically like witches or like spells, I really enjoy that. So hopefully this will be something that I love. I haven't heard anybody say any early reviews for this one, but hopefully I enjoy it. And then the last one that I chose for November, this is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. This came out years ago, and I decided to pick this one up because I read her new release this year, Yours Truly, and I absolutely loved it. Everybody that has read Yours Truly says that you should read this book because this one is equally as good, and the main character that is in this one is also shows up in Yours Truly, and this is like a age gap romance. But I'm really excited for this because I absolutely, like I said, love Yours Truly, so I hope I will love this one too. Then I just want to go ahead and talk about the books that I have already read or I'm currently in the middle of that I've recently purchased. First one being Rouge by Mona Awad. This is a adult horror fiction, whatever this is supposed to be categorized as. It didn't really matter to me because I DNF'd it. This just did not work for me. It deals with a girl whose mother has recently passed, so she goes back to take care of her mother's business, finds out that her mother was like wrapped up in like this spa, and it talks a lot about like beauty standards and the beauty industry, but I was just really bored with this one. But I think if you were somebody who likes Bunny and you know the tone of that book, then you'll probably enjoy this one. That was my downfall. I did not like Bunny, so I'm not really sure why I thought I would like this one. The premise sounded good, but yeah, this one just did not work for me, so I had DNF'd it. But take my thoughts with a grain of salt because a lot of people are enjoying this one. And the other one that I recently purchased, but I am currently in the middle of, is The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. I am really enjoying this one, and this story is actually heartbreaking with a lot of the stuff that Britney Spears has been through, but it's also really not weird to read it, but it's like a strange sense of deja vu because a lot of the stuff that she talks about is stuff that we've actually seen play out in like tabloids and, you know, on reality TV sites and all of that. So to see her talk about it, but how she was feeling during that time is just really heartbreaking. So I am reading this, I am enjoying it, and so far I would definitely recommend her memoir if you have not picked it up. So next I have The Changeling by Victor Lavelle. So this actually was sent to me by the publisher. I only think that I received it from the publisher is because I had entered a Goodreads giveaway, so I'm thinking that's where this came, because otherwise I'm not really sure why I randomly got this from the publisher. But anyways, this is a adult thriller. I honestly don't know much about it, but I really wanted this one because this is this author's most popular work. Everybody that I have heard review it, who's already read it, has really enjoyed it, and they highly recommend it. The first book that I read by this author was Lone Women. I read that earlier this year, and I did not like that book. It did not work for me, but I have not given up on this author yet. I do want to try this one. And then I picked up Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This is a adult historical fiction, magical realism, I believe. And a lot of people have been giving this one rave reviews. It's about two rival authors. It's set in World War I, II, one of them. It's set in one of those wars and they're like exchanging letters back and forth. It sounds really good. I don't really gravitate toward historical stories, so hopefully this will work out for me. Luckily, the few that I have read, I have enjoyed, so hopefully I will enjoy this one as well. So the next couple of books that I'm going to talk about, these are all like books that I'm hoping to read this winter. Not even hoping, I know for a fact the romances that I'm about to mention, I know that I'm going to read those, but this fantasy book, hopefully I can read those this winter because they just give off this wintry vibe. So first off, we're going to start with The Ledge by Stacey McEwen. And this is a adult fantasy. Just look at the cover. This screams winter, but this is the first book in the Galatian trilogy. It's book 1, obviously, and haven't heard anyone talk about it, but this definitely grabbed my attention when I was at Barnes and Noble. And just a little blurb from here, it just says, every season the people must present themselves as a sacrifice to the Galatians, mysterious and vicious winged creatures who reside beyond the ledge. So sounds good to me. Hopefully this will keep me in like the wintry mood that I'm currently in. Then, like I said, these are some adult holiday romances that I decided to pick up. So the first one is The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. This one follows a single dad whose holidays have been kind of disrupted due to a winter storm that has come through. Then this TV producer lady comes into town who I think he has like some bad history with, and she comes with like a TV crew and they're going to film them putting this town back together, and I guess a romance is going to ensue. Then I picked up The Christmas Orphans Club by Rebecca Freeman. This follows 4 characters. I think 2 of them they like lost their parents, and so they forged a friendship, and then they got the other 2 into like their little group. So now during the holidays, one of the friends from this friend group is going to move away, and I guess that's going to cause some disruption. And there's also some feelings that hasn't been explored between 2 characters. So I really this sounded so good to me, and I have tried to get arcs of this, and yet that didn't happen, so I had to go purchase it, which is fine. I just hope that I enjoy it. So then the last holiday romance that I recently picked up is You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Donna Hill and Frances Ray. I have seen this floating around the last couple of years, and I told myself that I wanted to pick it up, and I finally have, thank goodness. But it includes 2 stories. One is about a couple who is on the brink of divorce, and so they are trying to save their relationship. And then another one is about this man who encounters an old woman who grants him a wish where hopefully he can find his true love. Hopefully this again will be good. So the next one that I have is Look Closer by David Ellis. This is a adult mystery thriller. I have heard everyone talk about it. I'm not even really sure what it's about. And everyone that I know that has read and reviewed it has said that they really enjoyed it. They really enjoyed the twist at the end. They didn't see it coming. But the one complaint that I have seen about this book is people say that it's too long. It is almost 500 pages. I don't think that I've read a mystery thriller that was that long, but hopefully the length does not deter from my enjoyment for this book. Next up, we have Falling by TJ Newman. I have been really wanting to read this and pick this up. It is another adult thriller. This involves some chaos that takes place on a plane. I think someone that works on the plane figures out or finds out that their family has been kidnapped, and so some stuff is going down on the plane. So I can't wait to get to this. Next up, I have Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. This is the second book in the, I don't know what it's called, in that series, Fourth Wing being the first book. And I pre-ordered this one so that I could get the sprayed edges. I'm excited to read this one. I've started to see some early reviews come out, and they seem pretty mixed. People either have enjoyed this just as much as they enjoyed Fourth Wing, or this one really wasn't hitting like Fourth Wing was. And I heard that this deals with like a lot of politics, and I actually like that. So that was like a buzzword for me. So hopefully I enjoy this just as much as I did with Fourth Wing. Next, I have Everyone Here Is Lying by Sherry Lapina. This is a adult thriller. If you guys have been around for a while, you know that I loved one of her books that I read called Not a Happy Family, because I just love the mess in that one. So I went ahead and picked this one up. This is her new release for this year. And this one follows like this father who was having an affair, and then one night he comes home and he ends up yelling at his young child. I can't remember if it's a girl or a boy. It's a girl. So he ends up coming home and he starts yelling at his daughter, and then the next day or a couple of days after that, she goes missing, and so they're trying to figure out what happened and if he had anything to do with it. So this one I've heard some good things about, so hopefully I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Not a Happy Family. I picked this up randomly. I had never heard of this author, never heard of this book, but it's called Dead Letters by Kate Dolan Leach. It's an adult mystery, and it involves these twin sisters. One of them is dead, and then the other one has to find out what happened to her sister, but they never got along, and the only way that she can figure out what happened to her dead sister is by finding all of these letters and notes and clues that her sister left her in regards to what happened and how she ended up dead. So it sounded really good, and just flipping through it, it is made up of like a lot of letters and notes, and I like that kind of thing, so hopefully I actually like this. So then I picked up The End of October by Lawrence Wright. This actually was a book that you can get through Book of the Month. It came out a long time ago, and I found it while like searching through all of their past Book of the Month picks, and I really wanted this one. It is a adult thriller. It says it's a electrifying thriller about a mysterious killer virus bringing the world to its knees. As you can see, I didn't actually get it from Book of the Month. I got it at a used bookstore because it was only $4. So I was like, this is still cheaper than Book of the Month. But I love anything that has to do with like a killer virus. I know that is a sensitive subject for some people, but that is something that I really enjoy. So I hope I enjoyed this one. And so next I have, oh, you can't really see it. It is Lisa Jewell, Invisible Girl. I'm on a Lisa Jewell kick, so this would technically be my fourth one that I've read by her. And this is a adult thriller. It says it's following a group of people whose lives shockingly intersect when a young woman disappears. I'm pretty sure people have talked about this one because I am behind on the Lisa Jewell hype train, so I don't really remember people's thoughts on this one. But so far, you guys know that I have loved None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell that I recently read this year. So I'm hoping that I will find some other Lisa Jewell books that I will enjoy as much as I enjoyed that one. So then I picked up Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. I have not read any of her books. She is the author of the Danny Brown books, but I have heard good things about this one. It is a young adult romance. It follows two ex-best friends that have to survive in the wilderness. It sounded cute, so hopefully I enjoy it. Then I picked up The Lost World by Michael Crichton. This is a adult science fiction. It's the second book to Jurassic Park. I have been wanting to read this for a while. I held off on reading this because I have been trying to find, or I was hoping to find, like some sort of special edition because I love my edition of Jurassic Park. For whatever reason, they didn't make an edition like that for Lost World. So I found this for cheap at a used bookstore. So I just decided to go ahead and pick it up. I hope that I enjoy it as much as Jurassic Park. I surprisingly gave that one a 5 stars because I didn't think that I was going to enjoy it that much, especially after loving the movies. I just didn't think, I don't know, the book was going to be that good, and it was even better than I could have expected. So hopefully Lost World will be good because Lost World, the movie, was fine. Definitely didn't live up to Jurassic Park, but hopefully this one will. And then the last book that I picked up is Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez. I got this on sale at Barnes & Noble. It was like 50% off. They had like a 50% off shelf. So I decided to pick this one up because I have heard really good things about this. This is a chunky book. It is an adult horror, and it says a woman's mysterious death puts her husband and son on a collision course with her demonic family. So that sounded really good, and because this has been getting a lot of hype here recently, I hope that I enjoyed this one as well. So that is all that I have. Those are all of the books that I have bought within the last couple of months since my last book haul. I don't think that I will be doing another book haul this year just because I don't really plan on buying any more books. If I do, I didn't plan on it. So that is all that I have for you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.